it's your turn to...
Oh, is it for me?
Consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT.
And I'm Drew.
And we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired.
All right, well, hey, bud, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. How's everything going?
I guess it's going pretty well. You know, I'm not fired yet, so that's a plus.
That's good. Have you been talking with the producers? Have they said anything? I didn't say anything.
They have kind of been giving me the silent treatment lately.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm brown or what.
No, that can't be. No, that can't be.
I don't know. What'd you tell them?
I didn't tell them anything.
Same thing happened last time.
Well, you know, sometimes you just go too far. Remember that line in the sand we were talking about? And
I thought you didn't like the beach.
I don't. But there can be sand other places than a beach. And when the waves come in and wash that line out, doesn't mean that the line is gone. The line is still there. It's just...
The waves usually wash more sand in places you don't want it.
Well, not for me. It's just when I look at it, it's everywhere.
Anyway, speaking of crossing lines, I heard you were bringing on a special guest.
I am bringing on a special guest. Okay, so I need you to put on your memory cap. I don't know if...
Oh, boy.
Did you bring it with you?
I couldn't find it. I don't remember where I put it.
Oh, goodness gracious. Back to your motorcycle riding days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, gas prices are up and down, right?
Yeah.
So, they're still really super high. But we kind of, and this was kind of like in our newsletter that we had posted just a couple of weeks ago about this new craze. Well, it's not really new. It's kind of been around, but it's kind of getting more and more motion in the mainstream as far as like being fuel efficient and stuff like that. So I went ahead and I made contact with an actual YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
Got way more followers than we do. And he's a MiniMoto vlogger.
Oh, okay. MiniMoto.
Yeah, so it's the MiniMoto thing, Groms and like the new Cubs, Mini Cubs or whatever they're called. So, but I went ahead and got him on the show and figured we'll ask him a few questions and see what his take is on it. But I think it'll go pretty good. Yeah,
I'm interested to see.
Okay. All right. Well, we'd like to welcome Springs. If nobody's ever heard of him, you've got to look him up on YouTube. Springs is a MiniMoto vlogger, and kind of like tells you the latest and greatest news about the MiniMoto. So welcome, Springs.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank y'all.
Yeah. How's everything going?
Everything's going great. How are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Doing great.
So,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So, Springs, got a few questions for you just about the whole MiniMoto scene and whatnot, but what is your writing background? What kind of got you into this?
So, we were talking about gas prices at work, where they were up and up. Diesel was over $5. Regular gas was over $4. It was starting to hit $5. And, I mean, just commuting alone, and let's just say, on a Honda Accord, it was costing $50 every other.
Jeez Louise.
Good. On a Honda Accord?
Accord. On an Accord. Jeez. For commuting. So, and we're talking like a 13-mile round trip. So we were talking at work, and plus they drive diesels, of, getting into small bikes, little commuters. And a couple of us got on board.
Okay, so just you and some coworkers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's good. And
so what was the interest, I guess, in the small bikes versus like regular full-size bikes?
Yeah.
Honestly, I had to be the gas mileage because that's what we're talking about, was just the price of the gas.
Okay.
So just keep it more green in the wallet.
That, and they're low cost. I mean, compared to any other bigger bike, a Harley or a bigger Honda or something like that. Yeah, the cost of them are really low. Plus, the cost of gas is really low as well.
Yeah.
So when you're when you could dish out a low cost of a bike with low gas, and plus you got to think the cost of insurance and everything is really cheap as well. You're going to be saving money over time.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. And you probably get a little bit more miles per gallon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even though it doesn't have as big of a tank. Now, does that MiniMoto, at least you drive you ride a Grom?
I do, yes. I drive a 2022 Honda Grom.
Okay. Are there any restrictions with the MiniMotos like there would, like there's not on a motorcycle?
So in the state that I live in, not really. One thing I wouldn't do is take it on the highway, unless you really want to try to kill yourself. But that would be probably my own restriction. There are some states and laws where you cannot take those things on a highway.
Okay.
So you've got to know your local laws and everything. In the state of Texas, no, I think you can take it on the highway, but I wouldn't recommend it.
It's how fast does your Grom go?
I have got it up to 62 miles an hour.
Geez, like on a downhill?
And that was a straight. No, there was one guy, one of the other guys, co-worker, he went on a downhill with a tailwind. I think he got a little over 70.
Oh wow!
Dang, I think if I ever rode a MiniMoto, it'd be struggling to get over 40 with my fat body.
Look like the circus, big old clown on a little bike.
Yeah, or the elephant on a unicycle. Yeah, that's probably what I'd look like.
Oh, man.
Well, okay. So is there any, like in your area or anything that you know of, is there any kind of like moto biker gangs or MCs as we would call them?
Yeah, there's, in my area, yes, there is. And I'm sure in a lot of areas, there's a lot of what they would call Grom squads.
Okay.
You would go on Facebook into groups or whatever, type in Grom squads. I mean, granted, they're going to take anything, any little MiniMotos like the Kawasaki Z125, the Groms, the Monkeys. They've got the PF Motos. There's a number of them out there. If you type in your local area on Facebook groups, you can type in MiniMotos, Grom squads, MiniMoto squads, anything like that. So yeah, there are groups out there, and it's just, then they're centralized to either your county or your city.
Oh, gotcha. Are they relatively nice?
Yeah, they're relatively nice. You've got to think that these bikes are pretty much they're pit bikes, they're stunt bikes. So yeah, they are going to be kind of a hooligan bike. That's not really what I set out to be, as a hooligan on it. I just wanted to kind of save gas and commute, and at the same time learn how to ride and everything, and it's been great.
Nice. Would you recommend a MiniMoto for like a beginner?
For a beginner, it depends. I mean, if that's what you want to get into, yes, I highly recommend it because of the weight and the size of it. Granted, you could start up with a little something bigger, but I think because of the weight and size of this, it's probably like a little bicycle,
Okay.
So you don't have that much power, and if you accidentally flick your throttle, it's very forgiving. Oh. I'm sure this, since, Drew, I think both of y'all have ridden bikes. Mm-hmm. You can accidentally relate to that actual flick of the throttle.
Yep. I've fishtailed a few times doing that.
You won't do this. You won't do it on a little MiniMoto.
Yeah, sounds a lot less intimidating for sure.
I mean, when you've got 9.5 horsepower.
All right.
Not even making 10 horses.
There you go. Yeah. I feel that MiniMotos should be, and this is just in my mindset, should be more for city riding than it would be for kind of like out in the country where the speed limits would be a little bit higher. Do you agree with that?
Well, I live what's considered to be in a rural area. It's considered. So, yeah, I would definitely highly recommend in a city, urban area, major metropolitan area when you've got your big skyscrapers, or if you live in a suburbia area. In the rural area, it's not too bad. You're going to have those high, 60, 70 mile an hour speed limits. Just pull over to the shoulder, let people pass, get back on the road. If it's not very intimidating, I mean, people are very friendly to you. You're trying to get to one point, they're trying to get to one point. Just be courteous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't hog the road.
Don't hog the road. I mean, you're on a little bitty bike. They know you're on a little bitty bike. Just pull over for them, let them pass, because you're not going to be doing more than 55, 60 miles an hour.
Gotcha. Okay. So you like to moto vlog on YouTube.
Yes.
You're a YouTuber, and probably not that was not a direction that you wanted to go. What inspired you to grab a camera and just throw everything out there on YouTube?
So I remember years ago, I don't know if you guys heard of it, called Jake the Garden Snake. Anyways, we were sitting at a bar, and he was talking about how he wanted a moto vlog. I'm like, dude, just do it. Just do it. I mean, what's going to hurt?
Yeah.
Just if you failed, you failed. At least you know you tried it. Years coming to it, I went since I got the bike. I already had a couple GoPros. Threw one on the helmet, took it on the bike because it was one of those things. Just do it. So Why not? I mean, if you succeed, you succeed. You fail. But at least you know you tried.
It's true. That's true. That's great words for anybody. I think that's what I had told Drew about the podcast and everything else that we had ventured into together. Hey, we'll either try it and we'll fail. Although with this dude, he's a hard noodle, so he never fails at anything.
Who?
You.
Stop it.
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know. That's a story for another time.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, worst case, with those GoPros, you capture some good footage for yourself and,
Well, it started to be just kind of a kind of a dash cam for your helmet. Mm-hmm. Make sure what's going on in case anything has happened or anything. Yeah. And then you just start talking. You start talking to yourself, and you're like, I could just do this. Let's try it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you get any weird looks talking to yourself at like an intersection?
No, you don't.
If somebody has their window down?
No, not really, because what they're going to look at you, start gesturing your hands and your talk, because I do a lot of hand talk and stuff. They're looking at you for that, but if you're just talking, they don't know.
Huh.
So, they can't hear you. Or you just look over at somebody and you're like, hey, how's it going? It's a nice day, isn't it?
So. And all they hear is, your door's unlocked.
Yeah.
Getting your daughter. What? So I've actually watched a couple of your videos on YouTube and, just figured, hey, this guy kind of seems pretty nice. I'll reach out to him, see if we can do a podcast. And I'm really thankful that you agreed to it. But what is your best video out there on your YouTube channel? So
the best video so far out there is going to be, I've got two of them. Goodbye SB650s, which it's not about MiniMotos, but it's the Suzuki SB650 might be going away, maybe. You have to watch the video for that. And also, I do have a second one in there about the newer Honda Hornet. It's in there too. The other one is No More Groms. So, and Honda has stopped taking special orders on Groms for right now. New Groms, monkeys, and everything else. The Rebels. So you have to watch that video to find out on that too.
Okay. Yeah, I watched the No Groms one because I was like, what? They just came out with them a couple years ago. They're already getting rid of them.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's insane. Well, it doesn't seem, from the research that I did, it doesn't seem they're stopping production. They're just going to sell what they got, and then if that happens, then they're going to continue.
Right. It's just because
right?
It's because you have to watch the video. It's mainly because of the chip shortage that's going on right now.
Oh.
So, it's unfortunate.
That's with everything.
I mean, but hey, you got the Navi, you can find it.
I'm kind of biased. If any MiniMoto, I kind of like the new Cub. I think it's called
the Super Cub.
Yeah, Super Cub 125.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like a scooter.
Yeah, kind of takes me back to my old hippie days.
Yeah.
What was the one you were looking at, JT? Gosh, I don't know, a year or so ago. It was like a green.
That was a Chinese bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
China was importing a bunch of motorcycles, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that would probably be. And then I really watched the reviews on them. I'm like, I'll stick with Japanese.
All right, so in the past few years, China bikes have actually come a long ways. There's one called a PF Moto, and it's called a Pop something. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't really think. It's a weird name. Anyways, it's a MiniMoto. And it's a 126 cc bike. It's supposed to be a Grom killer with a 6-speed. So.
Okay. Yeah, the one I was looking at was kind of looked like an old Rebel. And it was military green or a woodland green. And it was, I think it was a 250.
Okay.
So, something I could take on like the back roads, not really necessarily hit 75, but something I could go like 50, 55, maybe 60 if it wanted to push it.
Gotcha.
But
it's called Papio. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's called a CF Moto Papio, and it is a Chinese bike, but they are actually a good manufacturer motorcycles, and it's got like 126 cc. I think it goes 6-speed with a 70 mile an hour, and the MSRP on them are like $3,000.
Yeah, I think
great.
What I was looking at was like 3,600.
Great price.
But the only thing that I found was if you wanted it assembled, it would cost you, I think it was $6,600. So that's what they were doing. I was looking at them in the DFW area, and I called a dealer, and they said, if you want to buy the crate, it's $3,600. If you want us to put it together, it's $6,600. And I said, so is it an IKEA thing? Do I have to put it together? So I was like, nah, I'll stick with Japanese.
Yeah, pass on that. The Chinese brands have come around a lot in the past couple of years, so it's kind of expect to see more of them around lately.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what Biden's got in store for us with China. Yeah. So sticking to the video portion of the best, which one is your worst video? And was it kind of like oh wow, I can't believe that one didn't get as many views as I thought it would?
Yeah, so the worst one I have, unfortunately, is the 1,000 miles when I hit the 1,000 miles on the Grom. And honestly, like I put a little bit more work into that video than I did like on other previous videos.
Yeah.
And I was like surprised, like why isn't this one? Why isn't it getting traction? Like I put like a lot of time in editing, and I put a lot of time into it, and it's not really like I've learned that people like to be informed. I've got an oil change, I've got a lube change, and I've got some other stuff about bikes going on, and they like to be informed. But when you do the vlogs and everything, like people are just kind of like, I think the vlogs are kind of getting, it's kind of an old school thing maybe.
Yeah.
But I do the vlogs for me, so that's that's my thing to do, where I can actually keep track about how I'm doing and how well I'm doing as I progress through writing.
Gotcha.
Nice.
The blogs are going to be there for me. It's there if y'all want to watch. It's there if anybody wants to watch it. But yeah, I will do the informative things because I do like that kind of thing. I do like tinkering. Being informed, tinkering, and the blogging. I like it all.
Gotcha. Well, you like tinkering. Have you ever tinkered with cars?
Oh.
Yeah?
Oh.
What's your what was a real fun project that you had done with a car?
Top of my head, no, I can't think of anything right now. I've changed out. Let's see, the one I have right now, I've taken off the muffler, just switched out the mufflers. I've done intake, exhausts, shifts. I put that car through. I ran that car.
Well, how else are you supposed to treat a Mustang?
That's true, right? Hey, I did. Well, no, I can't say that. I did hit a couple things with Mustang. So.
There you go.
So, yeah, and Dad's car with his old car. I mean, we've done, fuel pumps and valve adjustments. A lot of bigger stuff we didn't tackle. But yeah, I helped a buddy change out a transmission once. So
okay.
Yeah, just tinker with them. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told his dad that he was changing a rear main still, and we were coming for transmission from upstairs and hauling the old one out.
Oh, there you go.
We had a brand new 6-speed coming down with the automatic going out. So
Wow. You said you and your dad used to tinker. What was his vehicle?
He still has it. It's a 72 Triumph 06.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm very familiar with that.
Didn't you and I test drive one of those?
We did. We tested a 71, and it was like two whales getting into a tin can. Probably, I would say a Spam cam.
Yeah.
Trying to fit two whales in there, and we could not find our seatbelt. And I just said, hold on, we're going. And we went in a big square, and we got out. And I think when we got back to the dealer, we sort of like fell out.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
no way we were getting out normally.
No.
That was a fun experience.
Yeah, that was an experience.
Wouldn't do it again. When I was a kid, I liked MGBs. MGB GTs were one of my favorites. Yeah, and I wanted like a 76 to a 79. That was my range because I liked the plastic bumper. I didn't like the chrome front bumper.
One thing over the Triumphs over the MGs is the Triumphs actually had more room in the interior than the MGs. The MGs were a little bit tighter.
Yes, and
if you want to talk about two whales and a Triumph, wait till you get
well, when I realized I couldn't fit in a Triumph, my dreams of owning an MG had gone out the window. So yeah. So, getting back to DrewSprings, your YouTube stuff. How do you grow your channel? What's the best method that you've seen?
Right now, it's just word of mouth, or just kind of post it on YouTube. It seems to grab a little bit of traction on YouTube.
Do you do a lot of the tags?
I do a lot of tags. I think you can put up to 500 letters.
Characteristics.
Max, letters. Yeah, characters. Yeah, because you got the commas. Yeah, 500 characters. And those tags do help. But
have you ever thought of like posting it on Facebook and boosting it that way?
I could. I probably would have to make a Facebook page for it. I do have an Instagram for it, and I do post on the Instagram.
Okay, what is your Instagram? We can give it a little shout out.
DrewSprings with a Z at the end.
Okay, DrewSprings.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, great. What are the... And I know we kind of touched on this early on in the episode or in the show, but what are some of the benefits of driving or riding your mini bike? I keep wanting to say you're driving, but you don't. You ride.
I mean, technically drive it, yeah.
No, you ride it. There's a difference.
Okay.
You drive a car. You ride a bike. It's like, what's the benefits? Fuel economy, reliability. What's give us some stuff that's
okay. So compared to a car to a bike, so your car insurance is going to cost you $50 to $100 a month per car for insurance, and then you've got your gas on top of that, which is probably right now. Let's say that's still over $5 a gallon. So let's say you drive, let's say an Accord. I know you two probably drive trucks, but let's just say the average driver Accord, probably actually an F-150, since it's the most popular selling vehicle in America. So let's do an F-150. So you're paying what, $70, $80 for gas for an F-150?
Yeah, because you probably got like a 28, 30-gallon tank.
Probably every 2 weeks. So you're doing, what is that? Let's just say $160, $170 a month of gas plus your insurance. But if you got a payment for it, that's probably another $300-$400.
$5.
You
Usually truck payments are about $500 and up.
Okay, so you got $500 plus, let's say $180 for gas plus another $100 for insurance. So where were you at?
Yeah, just under $800.
Under $800.
Just under $800 a month.
A month just to own a truck, so you can drive it back and forth.
God, I wish I could fill up every 2 weeks. I fill up every 4 days.
They're okay. Let's just being easy on it. So when you get a MiniMoto, let's see, you spend $4,000 for the bike. That's what I did. It was $4,000 out the door. So technically, I just paid it off, but you can make your payments. It's $15 a month in insurance. And then for gas, if I commute just back and forth to work, I'm filling up 2 weeks, and I have not paid more than $5. My highest gas that I filled up was $4.99, and that got me a full tank.
Wow!
So you can do $10 a month of gas if you commute.
So, economically, that's way better. Now, because not every bike is built the same and things like that, do you think that Japanese are more reliable than, say, German bikes or British bikes or anything else that's on the market?
No, I don't think they're more reliable. I think they're built differently. Because, if you think about it, bike companies wouldn't be around today if they didn't build them.
Like Triumph or BMW or...
Right, yeah. BMW wouldn't be around today if BMW made crappy products. They wouldn't be around today. Triumph wouldn't be around today if they made crappy products. But Honda wouldn't be around today if they made crappy products.
Yeah.
So I think they're all different in how they form or how they are, and it's going to be an individual thing for the individual. But I still think they make a good product. It just depends on which.
Okay, and it's you pretty much for our listeners, do your research if this interests you. Make sure you do your research and what you want. What about? So have you ridden your Grom in rainy weather or bad weather?
Yeah, I have been stuck in the rain. It wasn't forecast showed clear skies. Got off work and it's coming down.
Yeah.
So, we've all been there. If you ride a bike, we've all been there.
Yeah. I remember going down the road at 70 miles an hour in a rainstorm, and then it turned from rain to hail, and I was screaming like a little girl.
I bet that hurt.
Oh yeah.
When a jug bug hits you, it hurts.
Yeah.
When it hails, imagine.
Yeah.
So, you had a helmet on.
Well, yeah, I did that, and I was
Okay.
praying for assless chaps, but sorry, can't say that. I'll sell it out. But I was praying for chaps, and of course, I didn't have any at the time. But I hear chaps help.
So that's how you got the dents in your butt.
Hey, we don't talk about Bruno. So,
Got some powdered
man.
if you more like pimento cheese,
Okay.
Stinky cheese.
Pimenta, it's Australian. Foster's.
So
It's
I've got a
Australian
question.
beer.
So, for me, when I started riding, I had to be, I guess, a lot more defensive. I would notice a lot more people in cars, trucks, SUVs, whatever, not paying attention or messing with their radio or on their phone or just looking the other way. Do you notice a lot of the same things, or is it pretty?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So what did you have? What did you ride from?
A Kawasaki Vulcan.
Okay, so a cruiser-ish.
Yeah.
And you've got to think that you probably had a little bit more power. Well,
Mhm.
a lot more power than what I have. And you've got to be on the defensive
Mm-hmm.
when you don't have a lot of power. So yeah, everything is defensive. Head on a swivel, looking at people because they can look right at you, and they won't see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very, very defensive driving.
Yeah.
Is that when you become a defensive driver on a motorcycle? Is that kind of change your way of driving a car as well later on?
It does. You become more aware while driving a car than you really have because when you think about it, you're in a car, you're in a box, you're relaxed. There's a box here and a box there and a box there and a box there. I mean, if you hit somebody, yeah, you're going to damage your car, but you're safe in a box. When you're out in the elements, yeah, you better be on your guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you don't stop on a dime on a bike like you do in a car.
No, people think you do. It's weird because they think you can stop on a dime, but the brakes on a bike are a lot worse than a car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you've only got 2 instead of 4.
Right.
And you've got to, while slamming on the brake, you have to keep the bike upright.
Balanced,
Yeah.
upright. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into braking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would you say that you would ever stop riding at this point, or no?
No, at this point, no. I mean, when it becomes 30 degrees outside, I'm going to figure out a way how to keep myself warm and go.
I did layers when I did it.
So now, no. I mean, I know that whenever you ride, falling is inevitable. Whenever you ride, I'm going to do my best to try not to fall, but when I do fall, I'm going to run for my license. I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to continue riding. Parts can be replaced.
They sure can. Let me ask you this, because this is usually on every rider's mind when they get a motorcycle and they feel the freedom and all the elements, and it's just a brand new experience, and everybody's really super excited. Do you feel that you may upgrade in power, CC engine-wise?
Oh, definitely.
From what you got to maybe something in the future?
Definitely. I've told myself I'm going to give myself 1 year from when I bought my bike to get another one. So, yeah, I'm looking. There's still more to come out, and hopefully next year the economy will be a little bit better, hopefully.
Yeah.
I doubt it. And the bikes will be more available next year. So we'll see how that plays out. I've got a few on the plate I'll be looking at, and of course, you put more on the plate. Some will come off the plate. You're always going to be looking.
Sure.
But I'm still going to hold on to the Grom because that's a really good bike. I mean, even as a good second bike, it's amazing. I'm going to hold on to the Grom.
Okay.
So
So not trading that one in.
no, there will always be Grom content.
And there you go. And for your listeners, do you have any up and coming episodes they need to watch out for? Or
I've got a different one coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
Something different I've never done before. So we'll try and see what that's like. And right after that, yes, I've got another one that's coming out. I've got one I have to redo. I did it. I didn't like it, so it will be deleted, and I'm going to go back and redo it. So because it wasn't up to my standards. So yeah, I've got a few more coming.
Nice.
Okay, well, good. So just be on the lookout for that. Drew, do you have anything?
Nope. Yeah, I just want to say thanks, letting us interview you. And what was the channel again? Drew.
The channel is DrewSprings.
DrewSprings.
DrewSprings on YouTube. Look him up.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming out and letting us interview you.
Yeah.
So, all right, bud. Well, that'll do it for today.
Mm-hmm.
Good having you. Welcome to the JT Show. We'll get Drew back on here next time.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'd like to be back.
All right. Well, y'all take care. As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JTDrewShow.